Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Back of the Pack here on the Backmarkers podcast, rated 5 stars on Apple Podcasts by Chase8001. They say, what are your thoughts on the new MOM system? What are your thoughts on the new MOM system, Zane?
Don't say MOM system, mate. Say it with
The mom system, man. The mom system.
The mom system. Jesus Christ.
What do you think about the mom system?
Yeah, I am not calling it that. I'm not. It's the same thing with like.
I'm hoping it's MO. I feel like they might lose the mode, and it could just be the MO.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't.
Because
really
that's kind of cool.
add anything, yeah.
It's way cooler than. It's not as cool as DRS, but it's still.
Yeah.
It's better than mom.
Yeah, DRS is just so sick, man. Like, it's just annoying they had to get rid of it. I've got a friend whose initials are DSR, and for me that's so sick. Like, it's like that combination.
Well, that's like that's the sniper rifle from Black Ops 2. I don't know if you're a big Call of Duty guy.
Don't worry. I've dabbled. It's like, yeah, just like DRS is like so good sounding. Mom, like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't need to riff on the mom jokes that will be inevitably made and like driven into the ground next year. But yeah, it's the end of it's gonna be the end of what does DRS mean on every female creator's comment section ever. End of an era. I don't endorse it. I think it's stupid, but they're gonna have to come up with a new thing. Hey, what does MOM mean? That'll be their new go-to, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know shit about the mom system. I'm not gonna pretend like I do. I hope it's good. I think it could be interesting and could have better racing. But
I mean, I just hope that like it gets implemented well, like from the get-go. Like DRS, they took time to like get it, like to perfect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just hope that mom isn't the same thing.
Well, from everything I've heard, Zane, your mom sounds pretty perfect. So I'll just leave it at that. She sounds like a lovely lady. And doesn't she call me her second son? The son that she always wanted but never had?
She does not call you that. But
I think I'm the son that she always wanted but never had.
But she has every time like I come back and I talk about the podcast, she's always asking like a suspicious amount of questions over Graham. Like, oh, whereabouts does Graham live in the US? Oh, Graham, he's got like a very nice podcast. I can listen to his voice for hours. Mom, if you're listening to this, please stop. I don't like it.
Well, she's definitely listening to this. And Mrs. Sewell, it's very nice to meet you. I'll I live in North Carolina in the United States of America. And yeah. That's, I don't know. Shoot me any questions and we can get on the phone and we can do a podcast together. Anyways, enough about mom, MOM, whatever. Thank you for the review, Chase.
Does your mom ever speak about me?
Yeah, she's like, what, like, who's Zane? Like, and I'm like, oh, he's my co-host. She's like, he's cool.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing bad. She's just, I don't know, she doesn't care.
Standard fan, I suppose.
Anyways, thank you for the review and question, Chase, and we're so glad you're here. And with the conclusion of Hungary, we are now entering the dark depths of hell, also known as the F1 summer break, except we already had a summer break, and now we're getting another one, which, aren't we just so excited?
Yay. I've been waiting all 2 weeks for this.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually enjoying the F1 break so much, I just couldn't wait for another one.
Right. And they've let this race in Hungary marinate with us for 3 weeks, which for some of us isn't ideal.
Yeah, no, I am not happy with this ending at all.
Shut up.
Just because everyone's unhappy. Literally everyone's unhappy. And we can get into that in a little bit with Clowns and Crowns, maybe, and we've got a lot of stuff to discuss, but literally every fan base is unhappy, except maybe just like Aston Martin.
Aston Martin, yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
That's like the only people who are happy. And then like Bortoletto fans. Do you want to jump into the Clowns and Crowns?
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right, I want to go first.
Oh, okay.
You don't get to go first this time because we're going to lead it into the next segment because I know where this is going. So I'll do my crown. Fernando Alonso. Absolutely banger weekend from the boy. had back problems. He got his back blown out in FP1 and then came back.
No. Let's not start, bro. This is like 10 minutes in, probably not even.
No, it is. We are not even 7 minutes in.
Terrible.
So he had back problems in FP1. People were lining up Drugo. They were like, Felipe Drugovich is going to make his F1 debut. Like, isn't that crazy? And then he's back for FP2, yada, yada, qualifies P5, and then finishes the race in the same position, which is so impressive. I'm going to waffle a little bit about Fernando because we're not coming back to Aston Martin unless we hit the phones and they bring it back. But yeah, Aston Martin, holy shit. I said in my video that they are the epitome of either over or underperforming because everyone expects them to be like P12, P13. They're either P20 or P5. There's no in between. Exactly. And I love it. Aston Martin's so unpredictable. And they're one of my favorite teams because of that.
Yeah, I can't lie. I do like Aston Martin. I do like Aston Martin. And, you know, it felt like it came out of nowhere. And I think, like, when they asked the drivers, like, you know, what's happened? Like, why is this car just decent all of a sudden? They were saying, like, how they bought a new front wing in Belgium, I think, and they were just sort of, like, testing it there. And now they seem sort of, like, really, like, fine-tuned it, and it seems to be working very well. So, yeah, my crown is also Aston Martin. Well, you said Fernando Alonso. I said Aston Martin in general, you know.
Yeah, same difference. Give Lance Stroll his flowers, too.
Yeah, exactly. Give the little guys something to smile about every now and then.
Give him a little juice box.
So yeah, Aston Martin, man, I can't argue with that.
We'll go on to my clown, which is also a team. It is the Alpines because holy shit, man.
I like that.
This season, we haven't really had any back markers. Debatably, Sauber first leg of the season was maybe a back marker. But now, until now, we haven't had any back markers. But that is seemingly changing because Alpine, they're getting pretty comfortable at the back of the pack. And people are saying that this season is bad. What is wrong with you? There's no back markers. The midfield, this is the best season for the midfield in years.
Yeah.
2024, sure, we had a lot of new winners and stuff. But the fact that there's no back markers on the grid this year, no pun intended, because we're not there, but it's crazy. And now we're finally starting to get a back marker with Alpine because they are struggling.
Drifting away. If we was to like create our own team, like me being obviously like the main driver and you sort of like the Bottas of the team, like how do you think
fuck me, right? Okay.
Right, like how do you think we'd fare? Like, do you think we'd actually be the back markers, or do you think we could maybe like?
If we were to get into Formula One cars, and go drive them.
Yeah.
Who's assembling them? First of all, we need a car to drive.
No, we're just like, you're going to hate me for this. We just joined Apex.
Go ahead.
We just joined Apex.
Dude, this guy's obsessed with the movie, I swear to God. So if we hypothetically had Apex GP cars that are built for combat, how are we doing? Dude, if you could, after 30 days of F1 testing, get within 5 seconds of any driver on the grid, I would give you $1 million.
Challenge accepted, man. Challenge accepted.
We are not doing anything. I think if we were to hop in like South African F4, we would maybe not get last if someone crashes. Like, because we'll maybe be able to finish a race in South African F4. But most of the time, we're just going to crash.
I don't know, man. Give me a bit of training and, like, you never know.
You don't need any neck training for basically any series other than F1.
Just firm it. Yeah, just firm it, I suppose.
If you want to fund our South African F4 back markers team, we can do it. But we got to get some money first.
Yeah, we can set up, like, a GoFundMe or something. Like, get the back markers to the South African Formula 4.
If you guys want to watch us race in F4, I'm not making a GoFundMe. I don't know. Just make sure to smash like and leave a 5-star review. Anyways, let's get to your clown. It's time. We have to do it. We have to rip the Band-Aid off, Zane.
My clown for this weekend is Ferrari, with the exception of my God, my savior, Charles Leclerc. Every single
cry?
man, woman, and any other potential genders in that garage, except from Charles Leclerc, yeah, you are a big, big clown this weekend, right? And
What about his girlfriend?
clown as well.
Why?
Maybe if she wasn't there, okay, I don't know. Maybe like she was there and she was like talking to the other, like the team engineers.
She was there when he won Monaco.
She was a distraction, man. Like maybe they were like just trying to like figure out what to do with Leclerc, and instead of doing or like giving like a decent briefing at the beginning or deciding how we're actually going to win this race, maybe if they stopped talking to her perhaps and actually focus on their job, maybe we could have won.
Well, she was focusing on how she could do Leclerc as well. I'm funny, aren't I?
I purposely try not to laugh at you, Chris.
Yeah, but then people are going to think that they hit pause. You have to at least make fun of me or something.
Okay, I'll just insult you immediately. But yeah, Ferrari, man, just like the whole weekend, apart from Charles Leclerc, obviously, shit after shit after shit. With a pole, but shit. But that was Leclerc, so apart from that, shit. Yeah.
Dude, you look so fucking angry. I'm glad you've been able to keep this bottled up.
Well,
So,
I
with
don't
that
know,
being
like,
said,
I feel like I haven't, like, I expressed my emotions immediately afterwards. My girlfriend was out. When she came back, she sort of like, she heard the news. She understood the news. She, get this, she fully set up like a whole like spa evening to sort of like refine my zen. Like, she wanted to do like the face
you
mask.
don't deserve her, man. You don't deserve her.
Like full on like shower, shave, like everything. Like we was on the sofa at like 8 p.m. relaxing because like she just could tell that I needed just to like refine my balance in life because I was not in a good situation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. I saw your posts. Did you see my comment? I was like, I genuinely think you like when Ferrari loses because then you can just mog the camera 80 times without an excuse.
I actually didn't see that. I saw your other comments though, and I saw you replying.
Yeah, that was the only one.
Yeah, I saw you replying to me because like after Leclerc got the pole, right? For anyone listening that didn't see, I posted like a story of me just basically just looking at the camera, just like looking smug, right?
Just big dogging. You were mogging the camera.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I was just sort of like rubbing it in your face that Leclerc had won, and I was right, okay? And then this guy comes on like an hour later, he's like, get a load of this guy, man. Like, actually, no. Get a load of this guy, man. You seriously think that Leclerc's gonna win tomorrow? And then like, I can't lie, I found that so funny. But what I did do, right, is I screen recorded that, okay? I screen recorded your
because
video
you
of that.
actually thought you were going to get to use that.
And I was planning on using that as sort of like a montage of like everyone doubting Leclerc, saying that like, oh, he's not gonna win. Yeah, safe to say that screen recording's been deleted.
Yeah. Oh my god, you actually thought he was gonna win? Well, okay.
Yeah.
Let's get out of the clowns and crowns. Let's go over this Ferrari disaster class step by step. We're starting at the beginning. Lewis Hamilton calling himself useless after qualifying, and he exited in Q2, I believe, or was it Q1?
Q2.
I think it was Q2. Yeah, it was Q2. Tell me about that. What was your reaction to that?
I can't lie, man. I did not like, and I'm pretty sure that he regretted that as well. But like, you can't be going out there and saying you're useless. For me, that just didn't sit right at all. Like, as much as
like that is Lando Norris vibes.
Right, but like that shouldn't even be a thing. Like drivers will like every single driver on the grid believes that they're going to be a world champion at one point if they're not already, and if they are already, they believe they're going to get a second one. But they're all like genuinely convinced, right? Like if you ask Franco Colapinto, he sees himself as a future, world champion, and he could very well be because he still believes it. Lewis, man, you never know. Lewis, man, you can't be coming out and saying this like. And I know it's sort of like in the heat of the moment, but saying I'm useless and that Ferrari need to find another driver, yeah, I didn't like that one bit.
You sound like a bitch.
For real. Like
that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, like I just didn't like the whole you know, in front of the camera as well. Like you can go in the bathroom and you can sort of like look at yourself in the mirror and call yourself all the names underneath the sun. But don't go out to the media pen and, you know, because even then he's had like a couple minutes to sort of like gather his thoughts, right? Okay, I understand it might take a while to process. But man, just don't go out there and say you use just that Ferrari need another driver.
I understand Lewis is one of the more respected guys on the grid, but if he's doing that Lando shit, he should be being made fun of the same way that they're making fun of Lando for doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, let's be consistent here. It's the same thing as the FIA. They're never consistent. If they were always stupid, that would be fine. But they're inconsistent. And it's just, I personally, as a McLaren fan, am a little annoyed that everyone was like, oh, Lewis is so sad. That's what Lando Norris does, and he gets all the hate in the world for it. So I just think it's a little hypocritical.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel sorry. I felt sorry for him, but I was sort of like, come on, man. After he made them comments, I was like, nah. Even my mum got involved in the action. She messaged me on Sunday. Well, first of all, she sent me the clip of Lewis, like his media reaction thing. Like she sent it to me sort of like, you know, a good 7 hours after it happened. And then the next day during the race, she messaged me saying, "Is Lewis still depressed?" And that's come from my mum.
That's a valid question,
right?
After those comments,
yeah,
like you can't just say that.
Exactly.
It's immature and it's stupid.
Yeah, exactly. And then seeing his performance on Sunday, sort of like, yeah, man, like,
is bro washed?
If you was to ask me last weekend in Belgium, right? I would have said he's back. He's back on top of his game. The old Lewis is back. But then after this weekend, I'm thinking like, even Lewis in his prime, he wouldn't have ever had that sort of like that big of a blip. Like that's not a blip in my opinion. That's just like Loki not being that good.
Before we go on to Lewis in the race, let's go back to Charles. Pole position. Walk me through this experience, because I'm sure it was an ethereal one.
Bro, oh my god. It was like I sort of had a feeling that he'd get pole. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, you have that feeling every weekend.
No, honestly, I saw how much we were struggling in sort of like Q1, Q2. And I was thinking like we're gonna be lucky if we get top 5 here, realistically. And when Zane always speaks realistically and he says top 5, like that's, you know, that's pushing it a little bit.
That's defeat.
And it just got pole. And in the moment, like I didn't understand at all. Like I just assumed, okay, maybe Piastri and Lando sort of like fucked up their laps, whatever. Not terribly, you know what I mean? But it was only sort of afterwards when you understand sort of like the headwind that he was like getting advantage of and that were disadvantaging the McLarens. So after that, it made sense. But yeah, I apart from that, I just was not expecting it at all. But I'm gonna take it.
Yeah,
We'll take it anyway.
mean, exactly. No one was expecting it, but I was hyped, dude. Just because I'm tired. Like, I'm a McLaren fan, but I'm also an F1 fan. I don't want a dominant season, and this is what I would critique Red Bull fans for back in the day. Is like, I get that it's great that your drivers are winning all the time, but I would much rather see a championship battle between 3 teams and McLaren lose than McLaren win in a dominant season like this. I'm here for a good show. I'm not just here. I mean, I love my team, but it's deeper than that. It's not all about winning. I want to see good racing between cars that have different colors.
Yeah.
And not just two orange ones.
I agree. I feel like if you was to ask me now, I would happily take a dominant Ferrari season. Just it hasn't happened since 2008. You know what I mean? But it's sort of like once I get that taste of glory, then maybe after that I might be open to, you know, a bit of competition. But in the case where McLaren have been dominant for a while, like, you know, a good almost 2 seasons pretty much, if not more. Like I feel like I'd like to see that as well if I was a McLaren fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I was saying it in 2023. I was wholeheartedly saying I would rather see McLaren lose in a tight championship battle than win in a dominant fashion. Just because I'm a fan of the sport and I'm not greedy like you Ferrari folk.
I don't care, man. I'll die on that hill. I just want to win. I just want to see Ferrari win. Just one.
That's fair.
Just one.
It is also very easy for me to say this now, but I'm telling you I was saying it in 2023.
Yeah.
So yeah, Charles Leclerc pole. Even he was surprised. Now we can move on to the race, where things started to fall apart slowly but surely. Before we get to Charles, I want to go back to Lewis. This move that Max threw on him in turn 4, what did you think? I want you to walk me through your reaction to that, because I have kind of a lot to say about it.
I've got 2 arguments for this. Mainly, like, I could say, okay, yeah, Lewis has gone soft. Like, he would have never taken, like, accepted that back in the day. Like, he would have, like, probably given him a proper fight for that. That wouldn't have happened, right? But then on the other hand, I'm thinking, maybe, was he just being rational and thinking, I'm literally fighting for nothing here. It's not worth it just fucking up the car and going from, like, rock bottom to rockier bottomer. So maybe he just thought, like, yeah, screw it. Or maybe he was just, like, still depressed and he was just sort of like, yeah, fuck my life, man. Like, this is not even worth it.
I'm on the Lewis has gone soft train just because I saw that and I was like, if it was 2021, like, that would, I mean, they're also both out of the points, and that's probably why he did that. But it's just so sad.
Yeah.
Like, watching Max versus Lewis in P12, it's like, what have we come to as a sport?
Hell. Yeah.
It's so depressing. Like, this is the bad ending. They were supposed to be in the championship fight with McLaren, and now they're both sitting in P12. I can't stand it.
Yeah, Max as well. I just find that crazy. Like, I don't know what's happening with this Red Bull, but Jesus, man, falling apart.
Dude, I mean, Yuki Tsunoda was awful this weekend, which no fault of his own. I mean, I assume, but it's not looking good for the future or for the rest of the season. Max was quoted as saying, "It'd be a miracle if I win another race this season."
Yeah,
wasn't the only time the word miracle was said on track, but I don't know. Is it time to get into the second stint or the third stint? Excuse me. No. Let's not do it yet. So, first off, Charles' first 2 stints, he's holding on. Like, he is matching pace with the McLarens. And I was like, holy shit. Like, this might actually happen. For a minute, I actually did think it was possible. Then the third stint happens. And what did you think in the moment? Because I'm going to drill you with a few questions after this.
Okay. I mean, obviously watching it, I wasn't fully aware of all the ins and outs, right? Like, what's going on behind the wheel. I just saw the timings, right? And that's what I was going off at this point, mainly. And I was thinking, like, okay, we basically need to overtake Lando Norris. We've come out ahead of Piastri. We just need to overtake Lando Norris, who's on sort of like degrading tires. It should be easy, right? And I'm checking sort of like the timings. And I'm thinking, all right, a couple of laps have passed now. Why are we getting further away from Norris? Like, the math isn't mathing as much as I'd like it to. And then I had a deeper analytic view of the timing sheets as well. And I was thinking, like, okay, we're still getting further from Norris. Like, that gap is increasing. But you know what gap is decreasing? The gap from Piastri to Leclerc. And I was thinking, like, shit. Like, Piastri is closer to overtaking Leclerc than Leclerc is from overtaking Norris by a long way. And I was thinking, like, shit.
Was that the moment you knew?
That's when I was
when that gap was shrinking?
That's when I deleted this story. Basically, I posted on my story, during the pits, like slightly before the pits, I think. I thought, okay, now's the time. I grabbed a bottle of sort of like champagne and I put it in the fridge, recorded myself, obviously, saying, like, Leclerc's got this in the bag, trust me, right? Honestly, get the celebrations prepared. That'll be open at the end of the race. I posted that. I obviously got like people replying, being like, yeah, man, yeah, Leclerc's going to win this. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, that story got deleted as soon as I saw Piastri gaining on Leclerc. Yes.
I have a question.
Go on.
How are you on your phone during an F1 race?
ADHD, mate. Just.
I will not look at anything during the race. I will sit down and not look at anything besides.
Just raw dog it.
Yeah, I just raw dog it. Like, I will never, like, even in the middle stint, I will never, like, go on social media or post anything. The only thing I'll ever do is go see what people are saying in my Discord in, like, the live motorsports reaction chat. That's the only thing I'll ever look at during a race.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that's mainly what I'm doing as well. I'm sort of just like either recording snippets, like live reaction sort of thing, or just sort of like seeing if, just like what people are saying, like, you know, if people are abusing me underneath my comment section about.
You do live reactions?
You know what I did as well, and this is gonna be even worse. I can probably send you the recording of this. During the race, I was like, this is sort of like during the middle stint when it was getting a bit boring. And I was thinking like, Leclerc's won this. I thought I'm just gonna go live on TikTok real quick and basically just do what I did like on that story that I posted on the Backmarkers podcast. I was actually sat there just being like, guys, I told you so, man. Like, I made the prediction video, you all laughed at me. Well, who's laughing now, sort of thing. Yeah, and then I realized that like my lives or like any sort of like reaction thing that I do is just so boring because I'm literally just sat there just watching the race like this, like just
live. Well,
so
that's what I was gonna say is people who make live reactions, a lot of them that I see, I'm like, you are not doing that when the camera's off.
It's
like
so
you're not
fake.
screaming at your TV like over like Alonso going purple in sector 1 in Q2. It's like, oh my god. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like the red can't be that high, man. Like it's not. It's so overreacted. But yeah, like when I watch a race, I'm just stone faced. You know what I mean?
There was one time in the last couple races. It was Spain when Max took out George, like rammed into his shit. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was the one time where I didn't even say anything. I literally just went.
Yeah.
Like I felt my jaw drop.
Yeah, exactly. I think we mentioned it on like the episode that came out after it happened. I actually reacted as well. I full on let out like a which is like more than I'd ever do.
Was that our first episode?
No.
Because the first episode was called "Is Max Verstappen a Raging Baby?"
That was really the first. That was the first official episode that we released. That's been open to the public.
Well, yeah, okay, whatever, same thing.
But yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else to say before we get into Charles's radios?
Nope.
All right. So, I'll tuck you into bed with a little bedtime story. All right, you ready? I can feel what we discussed before the race. We need to discuss those things before doing them. We've lost all competitiveness. You just have to listen to me. I would have found a different way of managing those issues. Now it's just undrivable. Undrivable. It's a miracle if we finish on the podium. This message was so long that it went off of the TV screen. So at that point in the race, had he lost the position to George yet, or was that just after Oscar?
That was after Oscar overtook him, and then that's when like George was clearly gaining, and I was watching that thing like, yeah, surely not. Surely George isn't going to overtake him. He overtook him.
Yes, he did. That's right.
You know what was funny about that? No, there's nothing funny about this message. But one funny thing from the F1 content creator space, if you want to name it that way, which I did find a little bit funny, is that they made out, like, you know, at the beginning of Star Wars, when they've got like the writing scene, like going like that, they did that, and I can't lie, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
Well, you're saying the radios aren't funny?
It was heartbreaking, man. As soon as I see, like, the biggest, like, the scariest things for me, right? Okay. Number one, spiders. Like, I just can't deal with spiders, right? Number two, the crippling thought of constantly aging and the inability to turn back in time. And number three, Leclerc radio messages. As soon as I see Leclerc, I like, my guts are just sort of like getting ready because they're about to receive some self-wrenching news, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I was excited. When I was the opposite. I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, we're going to get some drama." And we did. I didn't think it was like funny, but it was very entertaining to listen to. I was like, "Oh my god." It's like watching a house burn down. You just can't look away.
Yeah, I hear you. And I'm not going to lie, I felt like I could relate to you under one aspect as well. It might seem a little bit unrelated. Mm-hmm. But remember how you mentioned that, like, when Russell clipped Lando or Oscar for pole at Silverstone last year, and like they came up to him in the interviews afterwards, and he was saying like, what did you say? Something like,
"Come on."
Yeah, and the rage that you felt for George Russell. Okay.
Yeah.
In that moment, right, I felt the same rage. Like, as when I saw Russell gain him, I was like, honestly, fuck this guy, man. Like, on George, like,
Yeah,
don't get
like
me wrong.
imagine his little face under that helmet.
Don't even. I was getting so pressed about it. I was just thinking, like, come on, like, anybody, like, if
That's a fucking penalty.
and it's just like, if anyone was to like take the piss, right, I just would not want it to be him, because I can just, as you say, see a smug little face under there, thinking, like, oh, I'm gonna get a podium, oh, third place, mate, nothing to be proud about. Oh my god!
And in the cool down room, he was like, "Oh, you should have T-boned each other, and I could have won."
Man, honestly, like, George, I kind of rate you a little bit. I find you like entertaining, but God, sometimes I can find you really irritating. And you know what irritated me even more is that, like, my girlfriend watched Drive to Survive, right? Like, she's always into Formula One, like she always watched that at home, sort of thing. But like, she watched Drive to Survive, and because of that, she liked George. She was like, "Oh, George is so nice. Like, it's sad that like he hasn't got any proper fans." Do you know what she said to me after the race? Like, when she said that George Russell was on the podium.
Was she happy for George?
Ah, bravo, George. I had to hold my tongue.
Oh my God.
I had to hold my tongue.
Did you look at her the same way you just looked at us?
I think she was sort of like she wasn't looking at me, but behind her, I was like raging.
I honestly, I'm going to be honest, lately I've been I kind of like George. Like,
that's what I'm saying as well. That's what I'm saying as well.
No, but like, even with the cringe, like, it's part of his personality. It's
like I want to see him on screen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But not when he's
F1
beating
needs
Ferrari.
a George Russell.
Yeah, but it's just like, I like George Russell, but I don't like him doing that kind of stuff. I don't like him getting up to that sort of tomfoolery and nipping us off a podium at least. But yeah.
I kind of liked it. But if it was McLaren, if roles were reversed, yeah, I would have been furious.
You know what I mean? Like, if anybody but sort of thing. Like,
we're gonna go back to the radios. Is this the biggest radio crash out in F1 history? Because there is a lot, but Charles has delivered some fantastic radio crash outs. What would you say if this isn't the best? What are some of your favorites? Because I wrote down a lot here.
Yeah,
I know. I saw you put down one.
Yeah, I did.
You put down gloves and steering wheel.
Steering wheel, gloves and steering wheel. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't actually get all of yours, to be honest with you. I got
Really? Which ones do you not understand?
Giancarlo, you cannot be 2 seconds slower.
Yeah, it's like Giancarlo. It was during Renault Alonso, like 2004 maybe, I don't know. But it was basically the engineer being like, Giancarlo, you're going 2 seconds slower than Fernando. I know you've got some struggles with understeer, but you cannot be 2 seconds slower. Come on. Like, it was just one of the most degrading radio messages ever.
Giancarlo, you're still 2 seconds a lap slower than Fernando. This cannot be possible. You've got the same fuel load. I know you've got some understeer, but you cannot be 2 seconds slower. Come on.
Okay, fair enough, yeah. I mean, yeah, my sort of like top one on there, you've got it there on your list. No more radio for the rest of the race.
No more radio for the rest of the race.
No more radio for the rest of the race.
Iconic. It's
Dude,
just
my favorite Fernando Alonso radio is the one right next to that where it's like, oh, do you think we should go on inners or wets? I think we should go back to the garage.
I think we should go to the garage.
Yeah.
He just says it so bluntly. That is my favorite.
Exactly.
Fernando Alonso radio, at least.
Like,
it's so funny.
I agree. I just find that funny. Sort of just like the dry humor delivery of it as well. I just sort of was like, he wasn't getting angry. Inside, he was obviously
I don't know.
He had like a million words in his head, right? But all he wanted to do at that moment was just not hear a single peep out of these motherfuckers, which is sort of like, fair enough. And I found that, yeah, that's probably my top one.
2010s McLaren right there.
Yeah, literally.
That is the one thing we got out of it. We got some of the best Alonso radios ever. Kimmy, get out of the fucking way. Do you know that one?
No. I don't know.
Oh, it's so funny. We'll obviously have these put in, but it was during Kimmy's Lotus era, and it's actually RB's team principal, Alan Pearson, maybe is his name. I don't remember, but he was Kimmy's engineer at the time, and I don't know what the context was, but he just goes, "Kimmy, get out of the fucking way!" And he's like, and then Kimmy's just like, "No, don't shout at me. I'm doing it."
Kimmy, get out of the Why?
Don't shout there. I don't want to have a chance.
I don't know.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
one of
that's
my
decent.
favorite all-time radio
That's
crash
decent.
outs.
I've got
And then you
another
got-
contender, which I didn't actually put in.
Go ahead.
Sticking always to the Kimi theme, I suppose. The stay out, stay out, stay out.
Stay out, stay out, stay out, stay out, stay out. Hey, it's too fucking late now. Fuck's sake. Copy.
It's too fucking late now. Oh, that's a good one. My girlfriend loves that one. She loves Kimmy, but he's gone now. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, he's not
Yeah.
dead, but
Well, he's
retired.
he's funding his son's karting career,
yeah.
which I don't remember his name, but that kid's gonna be a dog. But yeah, if I had to pick my favorite radio crash out of all time, I think it is no more radio for the rest of the race.
Right, it's iconic.
It's just so
good.
good. It's so good. So
Like, shuts up everyone. Like
yeah,
like you imagine, right? His engineer on the pit rule, right? That's sort of like in charge of the radio. He's basically been fired for the day. Do you realize how deep that is? Like he's coming to work. He's got dressed, right? He set his alarm clock in the morning, right? He's got dressed. He's got ready for work. He's had his breakfast. He got to work on time, and he gets told by Fernando Alonso, "No radio for the rest of the race."
no more radio for the rest of the race.
It's pretty deep.
I can't do Spanish very well, but yeah. So in terms of that, who are you saying is your radio goat? Like just as a person, not even as a message, because you know back in the like radios have been around since the 80s. Like for some teams, like I think Brabham was
Yeah.
the first team to use it in the 80s, but like across the grid, it was mostly like late 90s is when
Yeah,
it
exactly.
started
There's a bit of recency
being
bias.
a thing, and then started getting broadcasted in the 2000s, and like
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of emphasis on it back then. So I feel like the radio goat has to be someone from at least the last 10 years.
For me, it's a battle of two, right? But I'm gonna say Kimi Räikkönen. Oh, I've got another late entry which just come into my mind. When I think it was in free practice in Austria, if my mind serves me right. I can't remember which year. I couldn't tell you. Where basically like Hamilton, I don't know what he did, cut him up or something, like interrupted his lap, and Räikkönen just like put his middle finger up at him. And then like the team radio sort of saying like, you know, like what's that for? Like you don't want to get like a fine. And he says, oh no, I was just pointing at a bird.
What was your reading of it there?
Well, first of all, I was looking the planes that are flying, you know, pointing up.
Do you want us to show you again?
That was pretty iconic.
I don't know if I've seen that one before.
Yeah,
It was Räikkönen?
Yeah, I feel like it was. I've got a feeling it was it the COVID year maybe?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
But
thought it was funny.
my radio goat has got to be Max Verstappen, just because it's always something.
Yeah.
Hungary 2024 was one of the funniest radios of all time.
No, mate, don't give me that bullshit now. You guys give me the fucking strategy, okay? I'm trying to rescue myself. Fuck's sake.
And to be fair with Verstappen, we get a bit of variety as well. We sort of do get the raging side of him, but we do get like the sarcastic, joking side of him as well. Like remember when
Yes.
that dominant season that he had, when he was basically saying like, oh, he said something about like, oh, did you have enough time to make like a cup of tea or something, or did you stay hydrated?
And then when Lando copied the Simply Lovely, and then he beat the fuck out of him in whatever race that was. Oh shit! It was the one after Zandvoort, I think. So that would have been
Yeah, because Lando said
Monza.
it. Yeah.
No, but he didn't win Monza. Charles won Monza.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been Monza.
Yeah, because people use it in edits all the time where Max was like, "That was simply lovely,"
Yeah, honestly, respect.
and he was
That's-
like
that's a
super
decent
pissed
shout.
off about it.
Yeah, decent
Yeah.
shout for Radio Goat.
Yeah, I'm picking Max. Who are you picking?
Kimi Räikkönen, man, sort of like pioneer of the game. Wasn't
That
scared
he
to
is
say
the
what he thought.
he is the pioneer of
Yeah.
the funny radio man.
And just like everything, he just had like so many like unfortunate things happen, like, and they got documented, like the whole "my gloves" situation, the whole "you will not have the drink" situation.
Oh yeah, Kimmy really was a pioneer for the
Yeah.
radio.
So he's my radio goat, to be honest with you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about the winners of the race, which Zane knows nothing about. McLaren. So let's get right to it. Lando Norris fumbles the start. And when you watch that, I'll give my thoughts as a McLaren fan. I wasn't surprised, but it should be noted, Lando's start was actually pretty good. He just got pretty unlucky, I would say. He put himself in a bad situation, but the start itself was pretty good. He had a jump on Oscar, and Oscar just closed the door on him. He should have gone back to the outside, tried to swing it around, maybe get the job done into turn 2. He tried to force it in the inside. Oscar's obviously going to block that line. And so George and Fernando are they've got all the space in the world on the outside, so might as well take it. So I thought that was pretty stupid, and I did think, like, well, Lando's not going to be, he might be on the podium, but he's not going to beat Oscar today.
Yeah, honestly, same. And the fact that, like, he wasn't putting much pressure on Russell as well, or he wasn't making anything happen, made me think, like, yeah, he ain't doing anything this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he had beaten Oscar in practice a couple times, but then he didn't beat him in qualifying, and I was like, shit. Like, I know this is Lando's track, kind of, but he's selling the bag, and that usually means he's going to keep doing so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's get into this right now. Lando favoritism allegations. I don't know if you've been on TikTok much recently, but the Lando favoritism allegations are rampant in the online F1 space right now. What do you think?
I don't buy it personally. I think that they just had two different strategies, which is something that a lot of teams do anyway. They didn't sort of like clash with each other. They coincided. So I don't think there was anything there. There's not much to suggest that there's a Lando preference, in my opinion. There might be, but for me it just seemed like Lando's one just happened to work better than Oscar.
I agree. I mean, do we want to like take it back to when everyone thought Lewis Hamilton was getting sabotaged by Mercedes for being bad? Like, I feel like every time favoritism is brought up, that's when you know that a fan base is overly toxic and in insane amounts of denial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like, I also do think it's worth mentioning that the Oscar fan base has now turned into angry Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull fans who just hate Lando Norris. And so now they're calling themselves Oscar fans because they don't want to see Lando win.
Yeah.
And so now you're getting all of these Oscar fans upset because of this strategy and this favoritism, which obviously I agree. I think it's bullshit. The one thing that I will say, Oscar asked about the one stop, and Tom Stallard did say it's going to be difficult. Basically deterred him away from doing the one stop, which, fair play. But nobody else on the grid was going to do it anyways. Lando was the only one, aside from Kimi Antonelli, who started in P19. Like, it was a risk. It was a gamble. That's why everyone who did it ended up doing it. So, I mean, if it's just ridiculous. I mean, to think that Tom Stallard or the strategy team knew that the one stop was going to work, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Lando got lucky with the strategy, but he did drive a great race. I will say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mistake-free.
And, like, even Lando, they did tell him that it would be a bit of a struggle, but I'm pretty sure that, like, the situation that he was in, he was third. He wasn't going anywhere. Like, fuck it, may as well just risk it. They offered it to him, and he said, yeah. I was low-key jealous.
Well, he was in fourth. He couldn't even get past George.
Shit, yeah. True.
Yeah. It was a desperation move,
fair
and
enough.
it worked.
Yeah. So, it makes a lot of sense. Like, I was low-key jealous with how cold he sounded when they said, like, oh, Lando, should we just, like, do the one stop? He was like, yeah, why not? I can't lie.
Yeah.
I was jealous. I was like, that's pretty cool, man. I wish Leclerc could do that. I wish
chilling.
we could function like that.
He was big chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I rated that.
And he seemed relaxed. Very relaxed all race. And Oscar, he was making a couple mistakes. He kept sliding out of 14 on fresher tires than Lando. I don't know if he brought them in wrong and it caused worse graining or degradation on them than Lando, but Oscar was the one making mistakes. As much as people want to blame it on the strategy, Oscar could have caught Lando and overtaken him, probably. If he had gotten a better exit out of turn 14, he messed it up multiple times. So, I mean, obviously, I'm a Lando fan, but I don't dislike Oscar. At the end of the day, if Lando leaves McLaren, I'm gonna be a fan of Oscar and whoever else. But I'm just here to say I don't hate Oscar, but the praise is going to be as loud as the criticism. And Oscar, you deserved a little bit of criticism today because I mean, he fumbled the bag. Could he have done it? Was it possible? I absolutely think so.
I was looking counting on, realistically speaking, on an Oscar win before like the lights went out.
Yeah,
When
me
I
too.
saw that Leclerc was running away with it, I thought, okay, shit, maybe we've got a chance here. But aside from that, yeah, I thought it was Oscar's weekend all over. So, damn, Loki did fumble the bag.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like the 2-stop was a terrible strategy. I mean, I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, just using different words. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Lando wins the race. The championship gap is at 9 points, which we are going to save a lot of the bigger picture talk for our next episode, which will be the mid-season award show or something along those lines. But one more bullet point for McLaren this weekend. You know, things felt a little spooky. Tell me what I'm talking about here.
Oh, 2 months until Halloween. You know, there's a bit of some ghosts and ghouls, I suppose, lurking around the track.
And sometimes they'll just jump out and go, Magooey! I love how that's become a thing now. Oh my god.
And
Magooey was
I
there.
love how there's always a lead up to it as well. Like we'll never just like mention it off the cup. It'll always be like a big build up.
Magooey. Yeah, she was there this weekend. She was all over the media, all over the broadcast too. And people also don't like her at all. People hate her. And I don't concern myself with that kind of business.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice gal. I don't know. She's a Portuguese supermodel. Obviously, Lando Norris is gonna date a supermodel. Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a lot of respect for Oscar for dating his high school sweetheart. I think that's very
respect
cute.
that, man.
But Lando Norris is the type of guy that would do that.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, I try and have a general understanding of the situation in general because, you know, I want to know how it's affecting certain drivers as well. But at the end of the day, I don't really care that much. But at the same time, on Instagram, I don't know if it's just you, but if it's just me or if you have it as well. But I always find like these suggested posts from this one Brazilian Formula One wags like gossip account, right? Where it's always written in like Brazilian and then English, and it's just like the most useless, pointless information ever. Like today, right? I spent a good like 38 seconds out of my day to read a post about how Kimi Antonelli's girlfriend has started following on TikTok a hate account for Magooey.
OMG.
And I'm thinking like, how is this going to affect Norris's legacy at this point? Like
exactly. How is this going to affect Lewis Hamilton's legacy? It is time for us to hit the phones and see what you guys have to say about the race, about us, about Zane and Ferrari. Anything goes. So we are going to drag in our first caller here, and you are going to pick the first one.
L1126.
All right, let's do it.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Not a whole lot.
So where are you from, L1126, and is there anything you'd prefer us to call you by?
Basically anything works.
Anything works.
All right, sick. I'm going to call you L.
Okay.
All right, well, ask us anything, make fun of us, tell us anything you want.
All right, cool. So you asked where I'm from. Currently live in Massachusetts.
Nice.
Fun stuff. So my question was, what's your favorite, not necessarily an F1 driver?
What, like
just what's your favorite driver not from F1?
Oh, okay. Favorite driver not from F1? Like currently driving or like of all time?
Currently driving.
Currently driving. Mine is either Pato O'Ward, Carson Hocevar, or those are very basic picks. David Malukas is my dog. I fuck with David Malukas heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Or Kevin Magnussen in WEC and in GT World Challenge. I love watching him. That might be my answers.
I've got two that are just floating around my head. One, Giovinazzi for obvious reasons. It'd be rude not to. Second of all, and I fell in love with this guy over like 2 weekends ago. Dan Tickton, man.
Oh, he's on my list too. He's on my list too. I love Dan Tickton.
Love that guy. And so many people hate him as well, which I kind of get. Like, I can get why someone would hate him. I fuck with him so heavy, man.
Yeah, the part where George Russell was talking shit about him, and he was like, "It's come to my attention that somebody on the Formula One grid has called me a little immature shit," or whatever he said. Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah.
But I watched the video today during my lunch break, so it's fairly fresh in my head. He was saying, like, not to name any names, George Russell.
Oh, yeah, he literally did say George Russell's name. Yeah, I forgot about that. But
yeah, but it's so good. Like, team radio is incredible. The whole Latifi drama with like Williams and shit, incredible.
Yeah,
love it.
That's a good pick. That's a very good pick. Well, Elle, thank you so much for your question, and I think you're the fourth call in for the podcast. So yeah, thanks for calling in, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. For reference, my favorite is Alex Dunn. He races in F2.
Oh, now I feel like an asshole. Fuck.
Yeah,
now I feel like an asshole.
No, we didn't even ask. We're so rude, man. We're so out of touch with the...
Oh. God, we need to just hang it up now. All right, Elle, I'm sorry. Thank you again, and yeah, we'll see you around.
See you around.
Oh, we are assholes. Holy shit. All right, next one. God. Pick it.
Julian.
Julian? What up, Julian?
King Julian.
All right.
Julian.
Where do we start?
Well, where are you from, man?
I'm from Texas, you know.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, well, anyways, the floor is yours. Take it away.
I think Senna is overrated as hell.
I agree. Maybe not as hell.
He's glorified just because he died.
I think he is glorified because he died and because of his mentality. I think Dale Earnhardt is someone who deserves all the glory and died young. I think Senna, if he had stayed alive, would still be as glorified as he is, but because he would have won more championships and done more stuff. I think I agree to some extent. Zane, what do you think?
It's tough, man. I don't want to say he's overrated, and I don't think I could bring myself to say that. I think he's perfectly rated in my opinion. Legend of the game, you know, pioneering driver. Yeah, he brought a whole different sort of category and almost mentality to driving. And I feel like his legacy lived on as well. So I'm gonna say perfectly rated.
But people say he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Like,
I'm not saying he's the
I
GOAT.
will say he is the most talented Formula One driver maybe ever. I do not think he's anywhere near the GOAT.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm not. To make it clear, I'm not pushing him towards GOAT status, but yeah, like for me, top 5.
I definitely agree more here, but I'm glad that you don't think he's number 1 because it's like, dude, he won 3 championships.
Oh, no, yeah. Do people actually say that though?
Yes. A lot of people say that. Tell him, Julian.
I mean, I have a couple of bullet points.
Oh,
well,
let's hear it.
Well, obviously Suzuka takes out Prost, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they take the everyone, man, all his fans, they take his quote out of context as well. Gap quote.
Of course.
He just said that to justify wrecking Prost.
That is true.
And then Williams also, his final season, 3 races, no points at all. If he really is as good as people say, should be able to adapt and obviously score the points in a new team, especially in a dominant car like the Williams.
I don't condemn what he did to Prost at all, but he that was sort of a retaliatory act, which you obviously know that Prost did the same thing the year before, essentially, and then Senna took him out the year after. Did you know that, or did you not know that?
fair defense, but
No, I don't think it's I don't think it's a high and mighty defense. But number 2, with this season at Williams, I'm not familiar with the beginning of the 1994 season. I don't know it off the top of my head. How many of these were DNFs?
they were all DNFs actually.
All of them? Wait, hold on. I'm looking at, yeah, so debunked, declassified, get fucked. I knew it. 1994, he wasn't dog by any means. He was not washed. Well, anyways, Julian, thank you for calling. We appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day.
Alonso's also better.
All right.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
See you, man.
All right. Do you want to do 2 more?
Yeah, I'm saying Chardonnay. Haven't seen that name come up before.
I got this.
Oh my goodness, I'm in the podcast studio.
Fuck? What is your VC join sound?
Oh, don't worry about it.
All right, man. What's up, Chardonnay? Should we call you anything else?
Before I ask anything, can y'all give me a happy birthday? It's my birthday.
Oh, hell yeah.
No way. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Just spent yesterday watching Ferrari fumble a fucking podium.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. Are you a Ferrari fan?
Yeah.
Oh, at least it didn't happen on your birthday.
On pole. Greetings everyone who's listening. My first question is, are we going to see a Ferrari fall off this year?
Yes, because they said they were stopping. No. They said they were going to stop developing the car.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't stop developing. God's will to see Ferrari get back on.
Well, you know what you know what you can stop developing aside from the car? A 42-year-old man. I don't think he's going to continue developing unless we're talking about dementia.
Red Bull tactics, man. Bin one of them off, right? Abandon one of them, and let's just sort of just like glorify the supreme leader to get us that win and win us a championship this year.
This sounds oddly similar to North Korea, but
you're getting us canceled, dude. Is this what you want for your birthday?
To be fair, he has got a point. He has got a point. There's no escaping Ferrari. Once you're in Ferrari, that's it. Obviously, that's the main point. Number 2, red. You know, just that's how it is. Number 3, pure
quality of life is insane.
Quality of life is insane. Number 4, just brainwash. Number 5, you're just born into it. There's no sort of like, you don't have a choice. You're just there.
How dare you?
Graham, I see that you went like 8 for 9 on Grid Rivals.
Bro, I did. We haven't talked about that yet though, which honestly we can do right now. The only thing I got wrong was Yuki Tsunoda. I don't know what I was thinking. I said better than 12th. What was I thinking?
Well, at least you won like $4 million, so it doesn't matter.
I didn't.
Oh.
I got it wrong. If you get one wrong, it's all gone.
What a scam.
I know, dude. You're telling me. I'm pissed. All right, well, you have another question? You did say you had a first question, so I assume that means you have a second one.
I think I have another one. Do we think that we're going to see a comeback with Red Bull 2026 regs, or are we just going to see Mercedes dominance once again?
I don't think either. I think we'll see... I'm hoping to see a close fight between the Mercedes-powered teams. I think Aston Martin will be pretty good, and I think McLaren and Mercedes will also be pretty good.
Yabba, yabba, yabba. That's what I'm going to say. I know who are going to be dominating next year.
All right,
yeah,
dude.
Go ahead and tell us how Ferrari is going to be 2026 world champions.
Thanks for taking the
what
words
are you
out of my
looking
mouth,
at
mate.
over there,
You've got
smart
it.
guy?
You've got it. Ferrari 2026. It's happening, man.
Yeah, dude, Cadillac's going to be sick. I'm so excited for that. But to answer your question, I do not think Red Bull's going to come back because I think the Ford deal starts next year, if I am correct. Let me verify that. I'm pretty sure it is.
While y'all are
2026.
talking, I would say follow average F1 consumer on every platform there is, or else you're not cool.
What about Zane?
Zane as well, I guess. Zane exists too, but
damn, mad hate.
Too.
All right, it was nice meeting y'all, my savior.
Yeah, see you, Chardonnay. Yeah. Happy birthday.
Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye bye.
I'm saying Paxton
Jackson. What's up? Where are you from? And after that, the floor is yours.
All right. I'm from Iowa, and I had a question about
Gabby Borletto. It was in Hungary. It was his career best finish, and he's finished in the points 3 out of the last 4 races. Do you think that he's going to be able to keep up this pace, or do you think that we'll see him like in the back of the field more often?
I think if this was a season that wasn't 2025, I would say that there would be constant fluctuation because teams are going to, keep developing their cars. But because it's 2025, I think teams are going to stop or be more, I guess, tempted to not develop as heavy to focus on 2026. So I think Sauber being at the spearhead of the midfield, they're going to be around the points for probably the rest of the season, if I had to guess.
I agree, to be fair. I've been rating Bortoleto so much. Like before this season, obviously I knew that he was going to be like one of the most highly rated ones. I was like winning F2 or whatever. But I wasn't that convinced to start off with. I was thinking like, man, just another like standard NPC rookie. Like he's not going to do anything special, and he's just going to get washed after a certain period. Sort of like a Nick De Vries sort of trajectory. But man, I can't lie. He's been cooking recently, and he's actually impressed me. So I hope that that he doesn't experience a massive dip in form, and that he just keeps on getting better. So yeah, big fan.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too sure at the beginning of the season. I followed F2 a bit last year, so I had high hopes for him that he would do well with Sauber, but I wasn't quite sure how that was gonna go with them being the team that they are. Started out the season thinking Isaac Hadjar was probably going to be my GOAT rookie, but this is where we are now. So
that probably didn't last long because he spun before the race even started in Australia.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought he was going to be my meme rookie. I thought he was going to be the one I was going to shit on, but I actually love Isaac. So
yeah, me too.
All right. Well, if that's all you got, I appreciate you calling in. Golly, people just keep joining the waiting room. I feel bad.
All right.
You're the last one. But anyways, thank you, Paxton, for calling in. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yep, you as well.
Appreciate it. So we already went over the Grid Rival Smash or Pass, so I guess that's going to be about it for this post-Hungary episode of the Backmarkers podcast. Zane, do you want to try the outro again? Just... You got it.
So yes, thank you guys for watching / listening. Make sure if you're watching us on YouTube to subscribe, like, send it to your nan, whatever you have to do. Spotify, rate it. Apple Podcasts, rate it. Send us a little comment as well. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok too, because that's where the magic happens. That's where the fun happens. So yes, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.